I'm not paying him no $50 million.
You don't have a choice.
When it comes to the Brock Purdy conversation, I would pay him nowhere near market money. Nowhere near.
They're going to sign him, and whatever they sign him to, it's going to light up our phone lines, and it's going to lead our show, and it's going to lead to the debate. And you know how I feel about it.
They might be stuck. They might have no choice but to pay Purdy. Because, listen, you don't want to pay him what he's worth or what the market says he should be paid. Where else you going at the quarterback position? You have no one to replace him.
But when you get a guy like that, when you've been to 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl and you almost win the dang thing, he's for sure their guy. I have no questions at all about it.
There is a lot of chatter, a lot of debate, a lot of opinions about what the 49ers should pay Brock Purdy in this upcoming contract negotiation. But who's Brock Purdy's agent? He is going to play an integral part into getting a deal done. And honestly, I haven't heard anything about him. So I wanted to look into that, jump on here real quick, let you guys know what I found out. So with that being said, back at it talking 49ers football. Let's get into it, y'all. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Ryan Tigey, back in action. I'm going to rattle off a couple names. Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence. Do you think Brock Purdy should make more money than those three quarterbacks I just riddled off? Well, there shouldn't be much debate. Brock Purdy, he's a better quarterback than all three of those. And depending on which way you lean, with a lot of opinions that are out there about what Brock Purdy should be getting paid, those three quarterbacks get paid a lot of money. In fact, Dak Prescott currently makes the most out of any player in NFL history at $60 million per year that was just negotiated this past offseason. Those are the lens that Brock Purdy's agent is going to approach. Is Brock Purdy better than those comps? Those comps, this is what they make. And there's really no debating in terms of what Brock Purdy has already accomplished in his short-lived career versus what those three quarterbacks have been paid. Hell, you could throw Justin Herbert into the mix. All four of those quarterbacks make over $50 million per year, and that's what Brock Purdy's agent is going to use as a negotiation tool when talking with John Lynch, Paraag Marathe, Kyle Shanahan about this ongoing contract negotiation that is most likely taking place as we speak. So who the hell is Brock Purdy's agent? Well, Brock Purdy's agent is a guy by the name of Kyle Strongin, who operates out of Nashville, Tennessee, and is with the sports agency Range Sports. Brock Purdy's agent, when I did some digging, he has been an NFLPA certified agent since 2012. He was formerly at another company. He was a partner with MGC Sports, but made the switch over to Range Sports in 2023 where he is currently the head of football. And you have to take into account as well, the NFLPA, the Players Association, they're going to play a massive role in this. Every player, every star player specifically that is up for a contract negotiation, they apply pressure to get maximum value. That is what the PA is for. Get every dollar you are worth. So the next guy coming up for his contract negotiation, he does the same thing. They keep pushing the limits to get players more money for their work. So one interesting fact I found when digging into Kyle, and let me say this, for a guy who is a sports agent, and you hear about some of the big ones, Drew Rosenhaus, Dave Mulugeta, some of the large, big names that are out there. And they represent a lot of players, have negotiated billions of dollars worth of contracts. So I was surprised that it was actually fairly hard to find out any information really about Kyle Strongin and the agency he currently works for, Range Sports. But I was able to find a little, and I think it's worth sharing just to give you a little context about who's going to be negotiating on Brock Purdy's behalf. Fun fact, Kyle actually worked for the San Francisco 49ers. He was in the scouting and player personnel department for 1 year with the 49ers in 2008 to 2009. Obviously, a lot has changed since that point. Not only coaches, players, staff, but also ownership. Jed York was not the CEO of the San Francisco 49ers during that time. So who knows how much of a relationship there is there already, if any. But obviously, since he's represented Brock Purdy since his whole time in the NFL career, he's obviously had contact with John Lynch, possibly Paraag Marathe, over the years as being Brock Purdy, the quarterback of the franchise, agent since the draft. So Kyle's resume throughout his time as being an NFLPA certified agent in 2012, he's represented and negotiated 17 contracts. The vast majority of the players, based on what I could find, he represents around 20 NFL players, mostly B and really C type players. A guy that some people may be familiar with, Alex Ingold, the fullback for the Miami Dolphins. He currently represents him. The largest deal Kyle has ever negotiated was a 2-year, $12 million deal for New York Jets guard Joe Simpson, which was done this past offseason. So that is the largest deal he has represented. 2-year deal, $12 million for a New York Jets guard. And as I already mentioned, he works for Range Sports. Range Sports specifically was propped up. Their parent company is Range Media Partners. Range Media Partners was created by a dozen Hollywood influential agents, but is financially backed by New York Mets owner Stephen Cohen. And for those that have watched Billions, Bobby Axelrod is portrayed as Steve Cohen in the show Billions on Showtime. Unbelievable. Unbelievable show.
Axe?
I am here to set the terms.
I thought.
Well, of course you did. But you will move assets how and when I tell you. Your 2 and 20 is now 1 and 10. The rest will be converted into cryptocurrency and paid to me. You will sign documents testifying to your full and willing participation in all of this right now. Those documents will disappear from sight, but they'll always exist.
But Range Sports was created back in 2022. They wanted to open up a sports arm division, and they have a co-presidency that's running the Range Sports agency. Will Funk, who is a 20-year executive vice president for Warner Media, and a guy named Greg Luckman, who's also co-president. He was the head of global branding at the massive agency CAA. So those guys are the ones that lead Range Sports. Range Sports brought on Kyle Strongin in 2023. That's when really things started picking up for the sports agency arm. And per the Sports Business Journal, Range Sports as a whole represents around 30 NFL clients. And where now Kyle is the head of football. So I say all this to tell you Brock Purdy is their golden goose. Now, you have to take a step back and understand Kyle started representing Brock Purdy as the last pick in the draft. He took a flyer on Brock Purdy. When you are the last pick in the draft, the expectation, the prediction of you is not becoming what Brock Purdy's become. So he hit the jackpot with signing Brock Purdy. So you got to give him credit for that. But you also have to understand, again, this is Brock Purdy to them, to their business that really started kicking off their sports arm, their sports agency arm in 2023. Brock Purdy is the guy that can tenfold their business. So when you talk about all the numbers that are getting thrown out there, I know Spot Track has Brock Purdy projected around $55 million a year. KMBR posted something that Brock Purdy was going to make over $300 million with $61 million average per year basis. All those numbers, yes, it's all going to be massive amounts of money. Brock Purdy is going to make a large sum of money. There's no question about that. But the 49ers, it's all about how they structure their deal and how much money is fully guaranteed. We're not going to know any of that until the contract is already done. But what the 49ers don't want to have happen, and Brock Purdy's talked about it publicly already, they don't want to get into another drama-riddled public display of unhappiness that they faced last year with Brandon Ayuk.
What happened, bro?
They said they don't want me back. I swear.
Who obviously ultimately got paid what the Niners were originally offering, but he wanted to make it public.
You can't afford a Lamborghini, you can't have one.
Show his displeasure. He was using it as a play to obviously leverage and try to get more money. Now, it didn't necessarily work. Brandon Ayuk is coming back now from a massive knee injury, ACL, MCL. But Brock Purdy, I think that was good that Brock Purdy got to witness that, to understand how that definitely bled into this season. Brandon contract's very public display of wanting more money and all the criticism and chaos he caused this offseason when doing his little press media tour. Brock Purdy got to witness that. Brock Purdy is not that guy. But Brock Purdy has also come out and said publicly he doesn't want it to be hostile. He wants to get the deal done ASAP. And the 49ers, they clearly do. There's players you can fuck around with, wide receivers, other positions, obviously, but quarterback, you don't fuck around with that. Now, that doesn't mean you necessarily cave into all their demands. That's not good business. And for one thing we know, John Lynch, Paraag Marathe, Jed York, they're hard negotiators. They're good negotiators. And so understanding that Brock Purdy is their golden goose, you know the contract, they are going to be going for absolute top dollar. They want to reset the quarterback market. They want to reset the NFL market. When an agency that's new, a guy who's representing Brock Purdy and Kyle, the large deal he's represented, 2 years, $12 million deals, every single pitch they will use moving forward is they negotiated the Brock Purdy contract. And how special would it be for them to say, we reset the quarterback market, we had the highest contract negotiated in NFL history. That is what they're going to be going for. It is with no question, no doubt, that's what they're going to do. That's good business to do so. So all the people out there that have opinions, Brock Purdy take a hometown discount, and Brock Purdy technically does have the ability to say, I will take a little bit less to build a stronger team around me, but the pressure he's going to be getting, not only from the NFLPA, but also sports agency. It's one thing if you get a $55 million a year contract. It's another thing to go out there and say, we negotiated the largest contract in NFL history. Two different things. And so you best believe that's what they're going to be doing. This will put range sports on the map. And there's a heavy financial incentive for them to get maximum value. That's how it works. And so not only will it help the company financially, it'll also help their business professionally moving forward for years to come. And believe me, they will get more clients when they're able to get this deal done and show the world, hey, we got Brock Purdy X amount of dollars. So I'm not going to get into opinions of what people think he should play, how many pieces he needs around him, coaching, et cetera, et cetera. But Brock Purdy, his agent, Kyle Strongin, he's going to try to get the largest deal and break all the records in NFL history. So just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know who Kyle Strongin is. Again, kind of weird that there's really no videos of him. He has a social media. He doesn't post that much on Instagram or X. I was able to find some stuff on LinkedIn and obviously just media articles that were written over the years about who the hell this guy is. But interesting fact that he worked for the 49ers organization back in 2008, and now he's on the opposite side of the table negotiating what could be the largest contract in NFL history with quarterback Brock Purdy. So I'll be back, but until my next video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me up. Peace.